We shall now move on to Section 10, Document Upload, and the purpose of this section is to afford the applicant the opportunity to add attachments to the application in order to further justify the permitting of the application. Now, in the past, we asked for one large PDF that had several documents within the attachment. Now what we're asking for is to take some of those documents and group them together into smaller attachments. And minimally, we are asking for 3. One being the plats, the second being proposed directional or survey plot and directional plan, the last one being casing and cement detail, which would include the geological prognosis, the completion schematic, and gas capture plan. Now, the types of attachments that Northstar will accept are the usual PDFs, JPEGs, TIFFs, GIFs, and the like. So let's begin by adding attachment. Go to Actions as usual, Add New, and Northstar affords you to add attachments in 2 different manners: upload new document or associate existing Northstar document. In a scenario where you would use this selection is, let's say that you had 3 wells that have already been permitted on a pad and you used a B&P letter that was approved. So now you choose to add additional wells to that pad and you would like to use that same document. So you go to your document ID, and in this case there isn't a selection for a B&P letter, but there is a generic designation that you can use for other, and that's how you would do that. But let's go back to upload new document and go through this process. It's defaulted to well as a category, and the type will begin with plats, and your relevant date would be the date of application or possibly the date you intend to drill the well. And the description field here allows you to further explain the purpose of the attachment. And here you would browse to the attachment as you would with any other system. And there it is. And now we'll add the second one. Which would be the casing and cement detail. Relevant date, description, and browse to your attachment. And let's add the last attachment. Proposed survey plot and plan. Browse to the attachment. And once again, we're asking minimally for these 3 different attachments, but by no means does that limit you to adding other attachments. Let's say, for example, that you wanted to add an anti-collision report. Browse to the document, upload. Okay, now a couple other functions that you can use in Section 10 is to view, edit, or remove a document. Let's say that you wanted to edit a document and you wanted to add a request for confidentiality. Just click the box. You may decide to change some other information, which you are able to, and that information is changed. Now take notice here, when you make a request for confidentiality, there's a notification, and it reads, checking this box is not a written request for confidentiality. Request to have a document treated confidentially require justification and division review and approval. Prior to or at the time of your document is filed, you must upload a letter explaining the legal and factual basis supporting your confidentiality request. Now, another function that you can use besides view and edit is you can remove a document. And you may want to remove a document simply because you added it by error. So that concludes the instruction for Section 10 document upload, and we'll continue by going to operator search in Section 11, and remember to click save at the bottom of each web page as much as possible in order to prevent any loss of data input.